Hello and welcome to vlog number 2 of this journey to, let's get some light here, journey to Milano 2026. As I said in the last vlog, I'm going to do these frequently in the advent of the next Olympics, simply just to give you some insights in what it's like to be training for the Olympics. For me, it's going to be my third Olympics. I'm pretty excited for it, and I love skating, so I'm just going to share all of that with you guys. This video and the coming vlogs, I'll be putting some of it here on YouTube, and then the last part of it on my thoropskating.com platform, because I want to get you guys onto that platform because I have so many more things to offer there. I can help out with your technique. I do individual video technique analysis, and I launched a podcast there. Just a bunch of things to share the stuff that skating taught me. So I'm trying to get all of you over there because it just has more opportunities than we got here on YouTube. So hopefully you will click on the link in the description and get on there. If you're already on thoropskating.com, then I'm happy to have you here. Also leave suggestions on what you would want to see in future vlogs. I mean, I make these vlogs to share with you guys because I think it's fun. So let me know for that. In this one vlog, I'm just going to explain what I did as the final part of my summer training, because I'm starting the actual ice skating part of the season in 2 days. So I felt like it was appropriate to make a little card line here, a big milestone, and tell you about what I've been up to the last few months. And then I'm going to include a large segment on supplementation to share the different supplements that I believe to be beneficial in skating. So if you want to improve your game as a skater, you might find that interesting. Some of them will apply to long distance skaters, sprinters. It'll be a little bit different, but I'll get into details with that at the end of the vlog. The first part here is what I've been up to. In the last vlog, I explained a little bit about what we do for summer training here in Salt Lake City, where I moved out with my wife, Sophia. She's not here today. She had a crash on the bike, so we think she got a little concussion, so she's taking it a little easy, and she's basically just hanging out in a dark room and listening to some chill music and audiobooks. Pretty boring, yes, and but hopefully it'll just motivate her to come back stronger in what we hope and think will be just a few days. So I'm running the solo vlog today. The summer training has gone well. We continue to do the hill sprints that I explained in the last vlog. We did fewer but a little longer, and then we did them as all-out effort. So every one would be an all-out effort. So more into the anaerobic or VO2 max kind of anaerobic tolerance than capacity. A little more painful in some ways. There's a lot of people puking. I got way better at that. I think a big part of it is the adaptation for running, for uphill running, but especially for the altitude here. I mean, it takes a month, more than a month even, to be fully acclimatized. But I feel like I'm there now, and then we just continue with those. I improved a lot in the gym, the weightlifting. Actually, speaking of supplementation, got on my creatine. We had more of a power sprint block of training, even for me as a long distance skater. It was nice. PB'd in cleans, 95 kilo cleans from the floor. So that was cool. PB'd in my sprints. I did some bike sprints that were 12 times 15 seconds of bike sprints, where my goal was just to keep it above 1,000 watts for the average of each of those 15 seconds efforts, and I did. It was good. Got even closer to 1100s for the average of each of them. Part of that is probably just getting a little stronger, and part of it is maybe the creatine, maybe some sprint technique on the bike. But anyways, it's nice to progress. It's nice to break some of those PBs, because there's a long time between the races, between the seasons. So looking for small goals and small competitions against yourself in the summer is super nice like that. So some bike sprints, some hill runs, obviously a lot of short track skating. We've done some longer things. In the beginning, we really just worked in drills like, can you skate backwards on one leg kind of stuff. to get more used to the ice. Whereas now we moved further towards you know actual skating. So we've done some 2 times 30 minutes of relays. We've done some longer sets of 7 lappers. So just more skating, less technical work, because we are getting better at it and we're coming close to the season, which I like. It's fun. Like, technical work is maybe not the most fun, but it's very important. But now is where you get to use that, so that's been fun. A little bit of inline skating. Obviously, if you've seen some of my stuff on YouTube, you know that is my thing. I love that. So that was really nice. But with an ice skating technical focus, so trying to carry, you can do so much inline skating, and I feel so comfortable on wheels that sometimes it helps me to fix my ice skating technical issues, that I can just do them in a very comfortable environment and do them for so long over and over until they're on point. So that's nice for me. So lots of inline skating, or not lots, but some inline skating, which I was happy about. And then just biking a ton. That's probably been the biggest challenge here, is the temperatures. We gotten, I mean, the last 10 days been between 35 and 40 degrees Celsius, so 90 to 105 Fahrenheit. That's just crazy. I don't think this has ever happened in history in Denmark, so it's something different for me, and I gotta get used to that. I do think there's a lot of benefits training in the heat, so I try and use that as my motivational thought process to it. Get up really early, start my longer rides at 6:45 to get 4.5, 5 hours in before it gets too warm. And then even though usually you would think of altitude as being hard when you're biking, here if you get up there in the shade and the cooler air, honestly it outweighs the difficulties of the altitude. So did that. Off the track, we are trying to find a new car. We've been having some issues with the car not running as smoothly as we wish to. Even though we live close to the ice rink, we still need a vehicle to get around for the bike rides or hill runs, or just, anywhere to go do grocery shopping and things like that. So, but it's also, we're trying to do it on a budget. It's a little annoying when we have the nice Peugeot car from a sponsor back in Denmark, that we need to find one here while we're here for training camps. But hopefully we can find something nice for when we're here. Then we had a meeting on hydration. I think that's very important. Again, the heat is just crazy. The amount of electrolytes I put in myself every day, and I think the amount of sodium that I consume and lose is pretty wild. And just the amount of liquid I consume is incredible. But I really do my best to stay on point with that. And that meeting that we had with the whole team and Jen, our nutritionist here, I think it was useful, very beneficial. Even if I think I knew most of the things that she said from my studies beforehand, but just to highlight it as a good reminder. And what else? I made a nice deal with probably one of our favorite restaurants here in the US called Supas, so we get free food there. It definitely helps out with the budget. It's not cheap to be a skater. It's not cheap to eat the amount of food that we eat as skaters. And this is close by, and it's super healthy food. So we've been going there a lot. We enjoy that. And then the last weeks we've just been really tired. Honestly, there's been evenings where we haven't spoken a word to each other. So if I came here, our roommate, the mood's still fine. We're just exhausted. So we have a recovery week starting here the first week on ice. That'll be nice, and we just get to do more skating. Long track skating is what we live and breathe for. So looking forward to that, definitely. And besides that, life's been pretty good. Can't complain. Just very excited to skate.